The neural probe slid into Commander Zek's cranium with a soft hiss, the biofluid interface warming against his scaled skin. Around him, the War Council of the Vorthak Empire waited in anticipation, their four eyes gleaming in the dim light of the command chamber. "Show us what you learned from the human, Commander," High Admiral Thex commanded, her voice carrying the authority of 1,000 conquered worlds. Zek's consciousness merged with the ship's neural network, and suddenly the council chamber filled with holographic memories, his memories of the interrogation that had taken place 3 cycles ago on the border world of Kellic 7. The human had been unremarkable at first glance. Bipedal, soft-skinned, with only 2 eyes and a mouth that seemed perpetually curved upward in what their xenobiologists called a smile. It had given its name as Captain Sarah Chen of the Terran Exploratory Fleet, and when asked about Earth's military capabilities, it had done something unexpected. It had laughed. "Your species fascinates us," Zek had told the creature during the interrogation. "You have no natural armor, no claws, no poison glands. Your homeworld orbits a violent star that bombards you with radiation. By all rights, you should have gone extinct eons ago." The human's smile had widened. "You know what's funny about that? You're not the first aliens to tell us we shouldn't exist." Through the neural link, the War Council watched as Zek had activated the pain inducers, expecting the human to break like every other species they'd encountered. But Captain Chen had done something that still sent chills through Zek's exoskeleton. She had started talking. Not screaming, not begging, but calmly explaining. "See, the thing about humans is that we're really, really good at one particular thing," she had said, even as the neural agony coursed through her body. "We're good at not giving up. We call it spite sometimes, or stubbornness. But really, it's just this thing where if you tell us we can't do something, we'll find a way to do it anyway." High Admiral Thex leaned forward in the memory. "What military intelligence did you extract?" Zek's mandibles clicked nervously. "That's just it, High Admiral. She gave us everything. Ship designs, fleet positions, defensive strategies, all of it. Freely." The council chamber erupted in confused chittering. Admiral Vex, the fleet's tactical commander, spoke first. "Freely. No species gives up military secrets without coercion." In the memory, Captain Chen continued speaking to her captors. "You want to know about our weapons? Our ships? Sure, I'll tell you. We've got kinetic bombardment platforms that can crack continents, antimatter warheads that can sterilize solar systems, AI-controlled drone swarms that number in the trillions." Zek had been puzzled then. "If you possess such power, why do you only send small exploration ships to our borders?" "Because," Chen had replied, "we don't want to use them. See, humans learned something about ourselves a long time ago. We're really, really good at killing things, especially when those things threaten the people we care about. So we try very hard not to start fights." The neural link crackled as the memory shifted to the moment that still haunted Zek's dreams. "But here's the thing you need to understand about humanity," Captain Chen had said, her voice never losing that strange gentleness, even as the torture devices worked their cruel magic. "We're also really, really good at finishing them." She had looked directly into the recording device then, as if she could see through it to this very council chamber. "When my ship doesn't report back to Earth, and it won't because I'm not going to give you our communication codes, they're going to send someone to look for me. And when they find out what you did..." She had shrugged, a gesture that somehow conveyed both resignation and terrible promise. "Well, you'll learn why every other species in this galaxy gives us a very wide berth." High Admiral Thex's claws scraped against her command throne. Primitive psychological warfare. She was bluffing. "That's what I thought, High Admiral," Zek admitted. "Until yesterday." The neural link flared again, showing the most recent sensor readings. Where the Vorthak homeworld of Nexus Prime had existed for 10 million years, there was now only an expanding cloud of superheated plasma and debris. "The humans came," Zek whispered. "Not a fleet, a single ship. It translated into our home system and broadcast one message. You have something that belongs to us. Return Captain Sarah Chen, alive and unharmed, within 1 standard hour, or Face the consequences. The War Council sat in stunned silence as the memory continued. High Command refused, of course, called it a bluff. The human ship was barely 3 kilometers long, nothing compared to our mighty dreadnoughts. Zek's voice carried a hollow quality now. That's when we learned what Captain Chen meant about humans being good at finishing fights. The recording showed the human ship's transformation, sleek hull plates retracting to reveal a weapon that defied every known principle of physics. Space-time itself had seemed to twist around the device as it charged and when it fired. They didn't just destroy our planet, Zek continued. They erased it. 11 billion Vorthak, gone in an instant. The weapon turned all the matter in, a sphere 50,000 kilometers in diameter, into pure energy. Our entire fleet, our orbital stations, our moon colonies, all of it. Admiral Vex's voice cracked with disbelief. Impossible. No species possesses such power. The humans do. Zek disconnected from the neural link with shaking claws. And they used it to save one person, one explorer who they sent to make peaceful contact with us. High Admiral Thex rose from her throne, her 4 eyes blazing with fury and fear. Then we are at war with humanity. No, High Admiral, Zek said quietly. We're not. Before they left, the humans sent another message. They said that if we release Captain Chen and withdraw from all disputed territories, they'll consider this a closed matter. They called it proportional response. The council chamber fell silent except for the hum of the ship's engines. They destroyed an entire world, Admiral Vex whispered. How is that proportional? Zek looked at his commanders, these proud warriors who had conquered half the galaxy, now cowering before the implications of what they'd witnessed. Because, he said, they could have done worse. Captain Chen told us they were good at not giving up and good at killing things that threaten their people. What she didn't mention is that they're also very, very good at mercy. He paused, remembering the humans' words. They took our homeworld to send a message, but they left the rest of us alive to receive it. Outside the viewport, the stars seemed different now, colder, more hostile. Somewhere out there in the void, humanity waited with weapons that could unmake worlds and the restraint to use them only when provoked. The Vorthak Empire had learned what every other species in the galaxy already knew. Humans were not to be underestimated, threatened, or harmed. Not unless you were prepared to pay the ultimate price for your ignorance.